Hello there, Mayflom here, and today I've got, you can see it right here, all these beautiful whites and creams, ivories, little buttons, beads, pearls, sequins, all of that good stuff. This is the Winter Wonderland. It's all whites, and those beads, they have like just the hint of almost like a pink tint, which I absolutely love. I'm so excited about all of that. So this is one of the 6 new bottles, one of the 6 new mixes for the 28 Lilac Lane line. And while it is called Winter Wonderland, we could use it for so many different things. Today I'm going to use it to decorate the top right here of this sweet little box that I can then give a gift. Most likely a $20 bill to a special teenager girl. But it could be for anything at all. I mean, it's all white, so it could be bridal, it could be winter as I'm doing, it could be mixed in with absolutely, this one will go with absolutely any other embellishment mix that I've got because it's all whites. So it's a good neutral, or you can go with a theme. I love some really nice all white and just different shades of white. There's so many different shades. If you've ever tried to paint your house, you know this. There's so many different shades of white. So what I'm doing here, I've got the lid. This is just one of those little paper mache boxes you can grab at the craft store. Anything would do. And I am spreading some paste onto this. You do not have to do this. You could spread liquid adhesive like you see me do all the time. But because you see me spread liquid adhesive on my projects all the time, I decided I thought it would be fun if instead I pulled out the paste and tried something a little different to show you. So I'm just spreading it on as evenly as I can and trying to keep it just to the top. Okay, and I'm just making sure that the whole thing is covered. Now I am working with something called snowflake paste. Basically what this is just kind of a gritty matte finish paste, but when it dries, there's iridescent glitter that will show up in this. You do not have to use snowflake paste. You could use, as I said before, you could use a liquid adhesive. You could use regular modeling paste. You could use acrylic paint. I mean, guys, you could use really anything you wanted to use on this. I just thought it would be fun because what that will do is going to do 2 things. Number one, this paste should be able to stick all my little buttons and embellishments and things down into the paste, and it should hold everybody all together. But it's going to add a level of sparkle and detail, and I thought it would just be, I love trying out new things, so I thought that would be a lot of fun. So all I'm going to do is what you usually see me do on these kinds of projects where we're going to use a lot of buttons and a lot of little embellishments. We're going to start big, but we're also going to start from one side and work to the other. Now I want to make sure to get these buttons pressed in before the paste sets. So, and I'm going to make sure if for some reason the paste is not going to hold, and I won't know that until it's dry, I've got a really simple solution. If it doesn't hold, all I'm going to do is add a layer of liquid adhesive over the top. Simple as can be. So I'm just going to get all of this covered, and like I said, if little bits, I've got little pearls that I can drop in, little sequins, and just let everybody get in there all nice and cute. I think this is going to be so much fun, and I think this is going to make such a great giftable. I love doing special little containers, especially since things like, you know, like giving somebody money or a gift card, it doesn't always seem like the most personal gift. And so to personalize it a little more, I really do enjoy doing stuff like this where I can put my own little touch on it, I can put my own little spin on it, and really make it special for them. So as I go along here, guys, you might notice every once in a while I go slightly over the edge. I am not at all concerned about the edge. I don't worry about it because it's not going to affect anything whatsoever if something is slightly over. It should not change a thing for us. And then I'm also letting a couple of these little fun little sequins. These are so tiny and so sparkly. I love them. And I'll let a few of the beads come down as well. Now, like I said before, this kit will mix and match with anybody because it's the whites. And if you ever have an element, you know, like there's a hint, I wanted a hint of kind of a rosy, almost like a rose gold. I love it. But if you wanted a hint of color, or if there is, I should say, if there is a hint of color in the kit that you're thinking, okay, but that doesn't work for what I want, guys, just don't use that element, or just mix a different element from a different kit or a different mix in. Absolutely Totally doable. Okay, well, we are almost done here, and my paste is drying. So instead of adding more, because I'm a little bit concerned of how that would work out for me, I'm going to take my PPA, which is the adhesive you guys see me use a lot. So I wasn't really sure dry time, how long I had on that paste before it started hardening up on me. Apparently the answer was, only a couple minutes, May. You start talking while you're working and it's gonna dry right up. That's okay. That's not a problem. This button and embellishment mix has so many little details in it. There are so many little bits and pieces in here, you guys, that I can pull from, and I love that. I love all the little bits and pieces because I really like to add a lot of detail. Oh, and I'm not going to do that sparkle button because I don't want to make it look like 3 sparkle buttons in a row. So I'm going to take that one off. For the most part, guys, you're not going to see me get real fussy with buttons and placement and all that kind of stuff. But if I do happen to notice, for example, it was going to look like tic-tac-toe. It was going to look like I was lining up 3 buttons in a row right there. Then I will just kind of just avoid putting something in that kind of a position. All right, now once you've got it all filled up, what's next? Well, that's pretty easy. Actually, you can kind of decide if you want. You could stop if you want. You could let it dry. You could add a second layer if you wanted another layer. I am going to let it fully dry before I add. I don't know if I'm going to add matte finish or glossy finish over. I like how it looks right now though. So I'm going to let it totally dry and then see how I feel about it. So it is all dry now, and what I've gone ahead and done on the sides, I added a little bit of the snowflake paste. It doesn't perfectly cover. I didn't really worry about that. It just looked weird how there was texture on the top and the sides were flat. So I'm going to bring this way up here so you guys can see. Can you see the little sparkles? It's hard on video sometimes to tell with the lights and stuff what you can see. But there are just little tiny bits of glitter that show through. And that's why I picked that paste for this project. Remember, you could do absolutely anything. You definitely do not need that specific paste. You don't need to do anything in particular. You could do this in any way you wanted with any mix you wanted. So on the box, I like to just set it on there, just get a feel for how it's looking. I like it a lot, and I think one of my favorite things that I like about this right now is how it kind of looks like a cake. It's kind of like the top of a cake there, all beautiful and glittery and fun. And then of course we've got that super fun plaid paper going on there, and that's a Lawn Fawn paper in case you're wondering exactly what one that is. For this though, I want more shimmer and I want more shine on the top, and I also want some more sequins and fun. Now the glitter in the paste should still show through, but what I'm going to do, I'm coming through here with glossy accents. I'm using glossy accents because it's going to dry shiny, and I want shine. I don't want to take shine away. So I'm putting some on there, and then I'm just using my finger to rub this on here, and it's going to get down in all the nooks and crannies, so it's going to make everything shiny. But what it's also going to do is a couple things for me. Number one, it's going to seal everything in. So everywhere the glossy accents is now sealed in and set. But it's also, let me just dry my finger off here. What it's also going to do is now if I come in here in the mix and get way down at the bottom where all the little sequins and the beads hide, I can take, and I can control this as much or as little as I want. I can take the sequins and I can take big sequins, small sequins, whatever I like. I can take them all and place them however I like, wherever I like. Okay, like so. And I can be really deliberate about it, or I can just let it fly. That's up to me. But I can put them all over here, and I could add some pearls if I wanted a few more pearls. I can add them all on top as a secondary layer. And what I like about this is it's going to add a lot of depth to this project, and it's going to add a lot of detail that otherwise with just one layer wouldn't have been there. So I'm just taking some of these, I'm kind of poking down in specific areas, specific spots. Some of them I'm just kind of letting land where they land. I kind of like how that works. But once I'm happy with this, if I want, I could repeat on the sides. I really am not sure that I want to do that though. I think I like just the top, but I do think once everything is set and dry, I do think I will rub just a little bit along the sides just so that it has that same glossiness around here. And of course, I'll share a finished photo with you there on YouTube. If there's any questions that you have, feel free to leave me a comment. I hope you've enjoyed this little video and project. Oh my goodness, I hope I've inspired you to get out there and maybe do a little bit of crafting, whether it's seasonal or not. This would be great for a wedding gift. In fact, I feel like I ought to make one for the next wedding I'm going to. I will see you next time, guys. I wish you very happy crafting.